Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy IV The Interlude. In the last parts, we got a lot more plot and went through the sealed cave, which was radically unchanged. And now it's time to do the same for the Tower of Babel. Woo! Oh yeah, we also, we lost Sid and we gained Rydia, so, upgrade? Question mark? The only reason I say question mark is, at the level she's at when she joins you, Rydia just does not have much black magic, and as we saw, for some reason her summons are missing?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I believe at this point you can potentially buy the higher level equipment from this particular shop. You could also do it before the sealed cave, it's just a matter of being able to afford it. And as you can see, I got a decent chunk of gil from being in there. I recommend some luminous robes, especially if you can afford them, as they are good for, I think, intellects.
Wait, why did they give you Rydia at the same level that you started the interlude at on all your characters? When you've obviously gone through the place and gotten at least a few levels, why are you giving her this handful of levels lower?
Yeah, that is a little bit odd now that you mention it, because if I'm recalling correctly, at least in base FF4, the level at which characters joins is partially averaged from the level of the others and boosted by whatever Cecil's level is.
Yeah.
So the fact she joins that low level is a little bit odd.
Like, even if she joined at 35, it would make sense, because, like, you start at level 32, you know, stands to reason you gain a couple levels, even if you're not trying to. So she might be, you know, a level or two lower than normal, but not 7.
Yeah. Now, the Tower of Babel is going to be a little bit odd in terms of how they flow it out, because there's actually quite a few bosses in here, but barring technically 2 or 3, all of them are just boosted up versions of enemies you can already find here in the Tower of Babel. In particular, for instance, on this first floor, you can find just straight up ice beasts as enemies here. The ice dog things with the ice elemental party attack. But at the door at the top, you're going to fight one of them with boosted stats as it is, and they do have separate bestiary entries. So if you're going for 100% bestiary, however that's pronounced, make sure you fight both.
Wow, a nice 10 and 24 damage you took there. That's pain. It's gonna hurt a lot.
Yeah. I struggle to remember often what level I'm at on average for certain parts of 4 outside of the endgame, because I generally tend to be for endgame and base 4 between 50 and 60. But I can never remember my rough level curve for when I'm usually first entering this area in the base game.
Yeah.
I think this is a case still where you're still higher than average party level for that. Anyway, time for our first mini-boss, so to speak, against a boosted Frost Beast. This thing has 8,200 HP, 2,455 experience points, 2,760 gil, absorbs ice, no shit, Sherlock.
Wow.
It can drop the usual ice beast things, Antarctic winds, Arctic winds, white fangs. To compare with its base enemy variety that you can fight in this, the base enemy, which is enemy entry number 52 in the bestiary, has 520 HP, 64 strength versus this thing's 84, and 13 magic defense versus this thing's 24. It's not much of a boost outside of the HP. In fact, as you can see, a good Farag, it takes it down a chunk.
Yeah, well, I mean, you 9999'd it, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have that much max health.
But for doing that, for some reason, Rydia gets Shiva back. Okay.
That doesn't set the tone for the rest of this. I don't know what does.
Ooh, green beret. HP booster.
Nice.
By and large, the equipment you get in the interlude doesn't matter too much, partially because it's just so short. You could probably just brute force it, and if you die, just grind on the enemies like the sealed cave or around here until you reach a high enough level that it won't matter anyway. The most you'll get out of it potentially is elemental or status immunity. Like with the fire and ice mail and that. I think the Giant's Gloves prevent mini. I think I found those during the edge section.
Huh.
Either that or I find them later on. The treasure just does not matter here.
Not at all.
What does matter is the fact that, there is one potentially threatening enemy in this, and I think it was one of the ones from that last battle. They can inflict Gradual Petrify, and for one of the first times in my life, Gradual Petrify stuck into proper Petrify.
Oh.
That doesn't happen much.
No, I wouldn't think so.
Either way, next mini-boss time.
The Green Dragon that has 8,600 health, 6,870 experience, 3,680 gil, 98 strength, 3 defense, 23 magic, 16 magic defense. Weak to holy. What, immune to lightning, I believe?
Yeah. That about tracks from my memory. By and large, the big thing to fear about it is that it can just out of nowhere whip Toad out, which, random choice for a green dragon to have, but oh well. Since it doesn't have a proper elemental weakness, and you're not going to have Holy at this level on anyone that can use it as an attack, outside of maybe Cecil's Luminous Sword, just hit it till it dies.
Hit it till it dies.
If anything, Rydia being the one that's toaded is honestly the least effective choice of what it could hit with Toad here. Because it could have toaded my healer, but no. It could have toaded my black magic user that's worth a damn, but no. It could have toaded my physical attacker, but no.
No, just a summoner who can't summon.
That. Yeah, the summoner who can't summon.
I mean, you can summon Shiva, I guess.
Yeah, I'll be real. I can count the amount of times I've probably used Shiva in this game in recent history.
Oh, wow.
On the two hands combined. And for that, we get Rama, who I've used even less over the years. Like Shiva, I can at least think of using in the Rubicon's fight in the main game, especially due to the scripting error where if you use it on him at a certain phase, he'll hit himself with Blizzard 2 or 3, meaning he'll take more damage.
Really?
Yeah, because the way it works is if his cape is up, if his cape is closed, he'll absorb ice. But if it's open, he's weak to it.
Okay.
So if he's trying to heal himself, but nah, he'll just damage himself. I feel the Interlude could have been more interesting as a testing ground for slowly transitioning the world into after years in terms of dungeon design.
Yeah.
Because I know there are a lot of areas from the original FF4 that are in Interlude that have their maps at least changed slightly.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't even think they did any of that. And that's just... Like I've mentioned, I think, in both the prior parts, Interlude very much feels like the middle child of the Classic Collection in a literal term.
Yeah.
Because it didn't get either the love of either of the extremes. Either way, next mini-boss is a Flame Hound. 8,600 HP. 8,806 EXP. 2,440 gil. Absorbs fire, but weak to ice. Drops the usual Flame Hound stuff. Fire arrows, bomb fragment, bomb crank, red arrow, blah, blah, blah. Base strategy, use ice.
For almost quad 9. Wow, couldn't even get quad 9s out of it. Shame.
I honestly forget if ice and fire have different base damage in this game. Because some of the games they do have slightly different base powers. Like one's better for single targets, one's better for multi targets. But I forget how it flows in 4.
Huh. No idea.
Now, there is admittedly one interesting thing here in the Interlude's version of the Tower of... I almost said Tower of Zot. That's a very different area. Tower of Babel. But you need to kind of go looking for it. And by that, I mean... enter every door you see. Which we'll see in a moment, after this Chimera Brain decides to die.
I'm pulling a dumb, by the way.
What?
Maybe starting a 14 character on Primal as well.
Anthem, why?
Because I've got friends there!
Anthem, this is how... don't do that. Only villains do that. Your time, man. You already have so little. By the way, welcome to the developer's room. Like in the original FF4 and the after years, and basically every version of 4. Just got a room full of NPCs representing the developers of the Interlude, and little quirky dialogue about the personalities. With that said, some of them are also enemies that count for the bestiary. So, yes, I think they count for the bestiary.
Oh, that's such a dick move.
Yeah. Again, that's an if. I honestly forget if they do, because I seldom check the bestiary. I'm more showing this off to show off one of the truly original things this game has, because this is a completely different developer room set than the original game, the 3D version, or after years.
Wait, did that one just mention a hidden boss?
Yeah.
Nice.
It doesn't exist.
What?
Yeah, there's no hidden boss fights in Interlude that I'm aware of. Otherwise, I would have probably been made alerted to that over the years.
Just imagine that it just hasn't been found yet somehow.
I mean, it took, what, 15, 16 years to find a side quest in 9?
But that's also a newer game to an extent. This one's been...
Well, Interlude, not so much. Interlude's younger than 9 is. FF4, less so, but...
Huh.
Because Interlude, I think, was... Yeah, it was included in this release, so this is 10 years old, I think-ish?
Oh, okay.
Whereas by the time that side quest chain was found in Disc 4 of 9, that was 16 or so years old. 9 years old. This came out in 2011.
In a few weeks, we'll be able to say that's 10 years old.
Ugh. For clarification, this is being recorded on December 11th. If you're saying, wow, that's pretty close to the upload date, I know. I've been running low on videos. The only LPs left to upload, I think, are Crash 3, Super Contra, and let's see, what else do I got in this folder? Might as well peel back the curtain because we're already so relaxed. Power Blade 2. That's all I have.
Damn.
And admittedly, this LP is partially the reason for that, not because of
Does that
the
secret
length
password
of
do
how
anything?
long. No.
Okay.
Not in particular because of how long it's taking to record. It's more so a hard drive space reason. As the laptop I'm recording the commentary for this on isn't the one I use for commentary much anymore. It's just for keeping the audio consistent through this LP. But it is what I record footage on now. And I don't like having the footage of two or three... Actually, I don't know. I'll say 3 or more larger RPG playthroughs on my computer at a time. So I've just been kind of waiting until it was done, and then it's taken this long to be done. Whoops.
People have lives, it happens.
Yep. Now, a lot of the names I think you could probably find who they are in the credits to relegate which person in the dev room is who. I'm not sure who this is supposed to be. Maybe the director of the After Years or something. His name is MUP, and his sprite is a recolored sprite of the main character of After Years, Theodore. But I'm not sure why he's here. Either way, there is actually something interesting you can do with him, though, in that you can give him items. The first time you give him the Lustful Lolly Ho, the porn magazine we got a few moments ago, he'll give you a golden apple. In exchange for, I think, an elixir, dry ether, or remedy, I think he'll have the dancers perform for us. And any other items, or even repeated Lustful Lolly Hoes, I think are just potions. But still, the golden apple, that's at least worth it. It's the rare moment a real character the Interlude has, to me, honestly, in that dev room, because it's unique. I think that map is also completely unique. Now I think about it, too.
Huh.
Mind you, I guess the maps in the others were technically unique as well. Either way, time for the next mini-boss.
The Tunneler has just 655 HP, 76 strength, 5 defense, 3 magic.
That's the base
What was
version. This is the boosted up power one.
What was that?
Scroll down slightly.
8,550 HP, 112 strength, 9901 XP, 3420 gil, no weaknesses, has Earthquake can constrict, so it's Pokemon.
Yeah, it even kind of looks like, what, Sizzlipede, I think it was the name of the one in Gen 8?
Yes.
Mind you, it's like they're both millipedes. Earthquake can do some damage, but you can completely mitigate that by casting Float on the party. The only reason I didn't was I forgot to. And that cost Rydia her life.
It happens.
Oh well. What do you mean there's only... moves for mouse back on the video player. 15 minutes left in the game-ish. I actually forget how close that is to real time. And for that, we get Titan, which out of this set of Eidolons is easily the best one because it hits the entire party for Earth Elemental damage, which I think by base is the highest elemental damage. Or at least that makes no sense to non-14 players. I'm being whistled at for some reason. You know what? I'm gonna do something I have not done on my LPs yet. Take over for a second.
Huh? I'll be completely honest, I don't know what's happening right now. Because I have not played After Years. Rydia's going in alone, and the door is now locked. Oh yay! Another boss fight.
Sorry about that. I got an Amazon delivery.
Nice.
Boss fight against the android soldiers. 25,000 HP each. 12,000 EXP, 7,400 gil. Weak to lightning as most machine types enemies are. If we had the fairy claws still, because Yang would have to be here, they would take 4 times damage from that from memory because they're giant type enemies. I think if you equip the Giant's Glove onto someone, they'll take less damage from them. But that said, you just need to do enough damage to them for them to enter their actual boss fight here, which is something Anthem's going to cover.
It's got 40,110 HP, 18,600 experience, 8,800 gil, and once again is weak to lightning, absorbs fire and ice. Oh, I'm sorry if you heard that. That was my neck.
Yeah, his neck does that, as does his everything. The boss does technically start off as a scripted fight, as Edge needs to enter our party somehow.
I was gonna say hi, Edge.
Once Edge joins, make sure you get your healing on up, because obviously you're critically low. But main strategy for this is go all out. Thunder type attacks are your friend. This is probably one of the few places I would recommend using. Wait, no, we don't have Rydia, so we can't even use Rama. Yeah, use Thundaga, use Blitz with Edge, and smack it upside the head with the sword. I'll give it this. I like the color palette. It's a unique enemy.
I do like the color palette.
What do you mean? This is basically what my color palette is on my portfolio site. And my stream layouts. Shut up!
What do you mean this is basically my hair for my 14 character? Purple and yellow.
I really thought you were about to say just your hair, and I was like, wow, I didn't strike you for a hair dye kind of person, but you know what? Power to you. Yeah, it is.
Hit it till it dies, that's it.
Wait, purple and yellow? I know the purple in your 14 characters hair. Where's the yellow?
It's the edges, the tips of the hair.
I mean, I guess I can't talk technically speaking. I have the same thing. I have, like, dirty blonde that gets a little bit brighter at the tips.
Yeah.
Whoa, we got Edge! He's actually useful in the Interlude because he's only here for 3 fights.
Is it only 3?
Well, not actual, like, random encounters. I'm talking, like, in-game fights. It's literally, like, 3 things. Yeah, Rydia's here too, buddy. Come on!
Yay, Rydia's here, and she actually has things now again.
It's been a long time. Wait, where the hell did she go? What the hell? Something I'm having trouble remembering about After Years, because it's been a while since I played it all the way through, is what they do with, like, the weird little Edge, Rydia romance that's more one-sided as it is anyway, if anything at all.
Probably nothing.
Yeah. I really should play After Years again, because despite me thinking less of it than FF4 or even some of the other mainline FFs, it's still fine. It's just absurdly long. Because holy shit, why is there a like 70 to 80 hour long Final Fantasy main storyline?
Because it's 14.
Outside of the MMOs. Yeah, how's that /P time looking, by the way?
Shut up. I leave it on overnight. That's not fair.
Yeah, exactly. For those who don't, for the curious, typing /P time in the FF14 chat shows how long you've been playing that character. I think my character's somewhere around 24 or 5 days playtime. Which, yeah, it's a long time, but it's an MMO.
Yeah. You've also been playing that for how long now?
Technically 3 years, although with several 6-month-long breaks.
Yeah, on and off for the 3 years.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to 5.5's release date so I can play the 5.4
Whereas
stuff.
I've played for
Okay.
like 90 days.
There's footage missing there. That's not right.
Huh.
I apparently accidentally cut out like a good 10 seconds where I walked up. It's straight up the path. It's very easy to see. Make sure you heal before talking to Rydia because she's about to try to nuke us.
It happens. You get used to it.
Because now we have a boss fight against Rydia and Shiva. Shiva has 12,800 HP, 25,000 EXP, and 22,500 gil. Not that any of that really matters. She's weak to fire, immune to ice, as you'd expect. Just go all at her with Faraga and whatever the name of the Fire Blitz is on Fire Ninjutsu, rather, on Edge.
57 days, 2 hours.
57 days, 2 hours. Jesus Christ.
And now there's Ramu. Surprise! 12,000 HP, also 25,000 experience, 22.5k gil. You know, absorbs lightning as he does. Hit it till it dies.
Anthem, that's 3,700 hours, almost 1,400 hours.
3,700 hours, almost 1,400, huh?
1,370 to be precise.
You said 3,700 hours.
No, Jesus. Oh, God, no.
I was gonna say, wait a second. That doesn't sound right.
Rama is arguably one of the harder ones, as will Titan be in a few moments, as they don't have an elemental weakness to abuse, unlike Shiva or upcoming Ifrit. But at this point, you can use Berserk in haste to make this fight just a complete non-issue. I'll give the game this, though. It's probably one of the only times, no matter your level, where there can be a potential actual difficulty curve. As I think, even if you are higher leveled, I think some of the attacks the summons do enough damage to the point where it'll still be a threat.
Okay, that's nice.
Not percentage-based or anything like that, but something of that nature. Also, yeah, effort, because it's about to die. 14,600 HP, same EXP and gil, weak to ice, immune to fire. Usual there, really.
Yeah.
Blaze can cause some problems, but not so much. The only thing I recommend ahead of time is casting Float for Titan.
Surprise, it's Titan. Shocker. Not like it was spoiled a few seconds ago or anything. 15,000 health, the same XP, the same gil. It's Titan. The other three were the other three, this is this. It's about what you'd expect.
I'm still always thrown off whenever the hell we get, like, original Leviathan, original Ifrit, or original Titan in leveling roulette.
Oh god. It's such a bizarre thing.
Because, I usually go, how do people get the extremes of a fight and the original one confused? They're so radically different. And then I get that happen to me, and I go, oh! I get it now. Alright, now the question is, which Amazon package is this? Oh, this is this one. Okay, no, Christmas gifts for my mother and father. My brother, rather.
Well, goodbye, Titan.
Yeah, speaking of which, we might as well talk about that, because it's like the most recent Final Fantasy news at this point. Holy shit, Sephiroth! Because that happened last night at the Game Awards. I'm excited for him to only have 2 songs again. Maybe 3.
God, don't say that.
I'm expecting Genova, those chosen by the planet, and One-Winged Angel.
Imagine if somehow they didn't do One-Winged Angel.
Ooh, here's a question. Would they do the original song or the one from the remake?
Ooh, that is a good question.
Ooh,
Also, hi, Bahamut.
Bahamut has no stats. 1 HP, level 1, nothing. It's there to be a cutscene. Because we got 2 Rydias. Huh? I mean, I guess, yeah, this would make sense because we saw the cutscene of this Rydia at the start of the game and then the one walking in the Fame Arc.
Also, how exactly did she get behind us? Weren't we chasing after her?
She's good.
Okay.
Alright, final boss of the Interlude against Rydia? Or as I should actually call her, the Mysterious Girl. I forget exact. She actually doesn't have much in terms of stats. I think this is technically a survivability mission.
Huh.
She'll always start with Meteor. At which point I think she does a pattern of Faraga, Blizzaga, and Thundaga, then Flare, Bio, and Meteor before starting over. I think your goal here is just to survive a certain amount of time. If you need healing due to a lot of damage and Porum isn't able to keep up, I'd recommend using Asura or Sylph with the actual Rydia, as even though Rydia counters every single one of Rydia's actual summons, the damage won't be able to keep up with your healing otherwise. Yeah, this fight's kind of bland. I will say, though, I can finally explain this. The Interlude, as I believe I foreshadowed in part 1 or 2, exists for 2 reasons narratively. One of which is this Rydia clone, or whatever the hell she is. As she is a major element in the After Years plotline, and this is entirely to explain how the hell she got her hands on some of the Eidolons. Didn't think that needed explanation in the After Years. I thought it was just magic woo woo woo, but well.
Fair enough.
The second thing that we'll get to in a few moments is the actual main reason it happened.
Bye. Have a wonderful time.
Thanos!
Spoilers.
All's well that ends well, right, gang? Eidolon system completed. Play the After Years and find out. Meanwhile, back at Baron. Also, I only just realized they added a second bed. In the original FF4, it's just Cecil's bed.
Didn't they do that in the...
One...
Hmm.
I mean, hell if I remember at this point.
Fair enough.
I'm in that room only like for 3 minutes in the game total.
Fair enough.
What's with Rosa, Cecil? She'll be fine in 9 months. Oh, she's pregnant.
Pregnant.
And that is going to be the main character of the After Years, Theodore.
Also, can we talk about how high that damn jump was right there?
Palom has a lot of energy.
I guess.
Why does Yang looks like he's in the Chad walk?
I hate you so much for saying that. I can't unsee it now. I hate you so much.
So Rosa being pregnant there is the other major change the Interlude does to the lore. When After Years was originally released in 2008, it was 17 years after the original game came out, and so they made the main character, Theodore, 17. Problem with that, barring maybe a, what's the term? What's the thing, like, impregnated in January, born in October sort of situation, that would have meant more than likely Rosa is either pregnant or very pregnant during the ending portion of Final Fantasy IV. And that just wouldn't line up right in terms of what they would have her do and such. So they decided to retcon Theodore's age in the PSP version to 15 and have the Interlude take place 2 years after the base game.
Makes sense.
Also, yeah, that's the Interlude. My thoughts on Interlude are complicated, as I'm always a sucker for more FF4. Hi, Kane, by the way. But this game just does nothing super interesting outside of like its final 15 minutes. And because of that, it falters. If you're going to pick up the PSP collection, which I recommend in general to play Final Fantasy IV, I think the PSP version of both games is the best version. Do it for either of those and not for the Interlude. It's just there to be the super bland sprinkle on top of a super, super sugary and sweet, delicious sundae, so to speak. But with that, we're going to need to end this off here. Next Final Fantasy LP is going to be FF5, as I believe I've stated, and that's going to be with Kenny once again. Next time you see
FF14
Anthem
LP.
Ugh, oh god. Next time you see Anthem, hey, New Game Plus exists. I could. Next time you see Anthem is probably going to end up being something Pokemon related.
Hi, I play Pokemon a lot.
Honestly, I think about it because the next Pokemon mainline I'm doing is definitely going to be like Heart Gold Soul Silver. I'll probably just have you join me for Kanto so I can have some else to tell.
I will gladly hop on for Heart Gold Soul Silver and be as nice to it as I can.
I get it.
I'm more than glad to, but
still, I'd like to thank you for joining me after Kenny had to drop out for his life reasons, and I'd like to thank y'all for watching. Have a great night, take care, and I'll see you guys next LP, whatever that may be.
Have a good one, everyone.
See you guys then.